Dear class, today I am going to discuss about a poem Kubla Khan written by S.T. Coleridge. This poem belongs to BG 106. So, let's say something about Coleridge. Among the poets of the 19th century, Coleridge is the most fragmentary and unsystematic of these three poems, on which his fame traditionally rests upon. The rhyme of the ancient mariner is complete. Christabel and the Kubla Khan are merely fragmentary. Okay. Coleridge was the true pantheist who took delight in everything around him, even the weird and bizarre. In his three important poems, there is an element of romance enveloped in mystery and marvel of the unknown and untraveled regions. Nature is depicted in its myriad forms, familiar and comforting, tender regions. Nature is depicted region and soothing, cheerful and jubilant, weird and horrifying, desolate and mournful, tumultuous and perturbing. All these are linked to produce the harmony of a perfect and moral impression. To the critics, most of the poems may appear to be fragmentary, but to the reader, they present a wholesome experience. While on the one hand, other romantic poets, Byron, Wordsworth, Shelley, Keats, and others, weave a web of romance from their personal experience. Coleridge sees it among the wonders of the external world, links them to the subtleties of human psychology, and presents them in a story rich in dramatic situations and psychological truth with a delicate sense of morality. Now let's see the background of the poem Kubla Khan. One day, Samuel Taylor Coleridge took some anodyne, or you may say that opium, and he fell asleep on the chair. And after some time, he got a dream, and from the dream, he got this idea of this poem. However, the poem is such that in Janadu did Kubla Khan a stately pleasure dome decree, where all the sacred river ran through caverns, measureless to man, down to sunless sea. However, the first five lines says that one day Kubla Khan was the emperor of Mangal, and he ruled over from 1257 to 1294. However, he ordered to build a stately dome, means stately pleasure dome, means a dome full of amusement where he can get enjoyment. And where it should be established or built up, it should be built up in a place where the sacred Alp river runs through the caverns. Caverns means the deep gorge that cannot be measured by man. Next we go. So twice 5 miles of fertile ground with walls and towers were girdled round, and there were gardens bright with sinuous rills. It means that twice 5 miles means 10 miles of fertile land. There will be walls of towers, and there will be a sinuous rill. Actually, there is a sinuous rill or zigzag rills where blossomed many incense bearing trees. And here were forests ancient as the hills, enfolding sunny spots of the greenery. Actually, here we find a description or beautiful description of that place where Kubla Khan wants to build up this stately pleasure dome. But oh, that deep romantic chasm which slanted down the green hill athwart sedan cover. Actually, there is a hill also, and on the hill or in the slanting part of the hill there are sedan trees. The trees have covered the hills. Actually, the place has been turned into a savage place. So the poet says, a savage place as holy and enchanted as ever beneath a waning moon was hunting by woman wailing for her demon lover. Actually, this is such a place where a woman was searching for her lover. And from this chasm with ceaseless turmoil seething, as if this earth in fast thick pants were breathing. Actually, the poet wants to say that it is a place here ceaseless turmoil is coming out, and it seems to the poet that the sound is just like the hills are panting. A mighty fountain momently was forced, amid whose swift half intermittent burst. Huge fragments vaulted like a rebounding hail of sappy grain beneath the thresher's fell, and mid these dancing rock once and ever it plunks up momently the sacred river. Here the poet wants to say that the river is flowing up and the rocks are dancing, means the by the wave of the river the rocks are dancing through the sappy green fell. When we find that a thresher is threshing the grain just like the river is threshing the rocks, and the rocks are pinging. 5 miles meandering with a mazy motion through wood and dale, the sacred river ran, then reached the cavern measureless to man, and sank in turmoil to lifeless ocean, and mid this tumult Kubla heard from far ancient voice professing war. So 5 miles meandering, actually the river is flowing, meandering a zigzag with a mazy motion through the woods and dales. Actually the river is flowing through the woods and dales, and that cannot be measured by the man. In this tumult or in this boisterous place, the Kubla Khan or the Kubla Khan heard some word or heard that his ancestral or ancestors are warning him against the war. The shadow of the dome of pleasure floated midway of the waves, where was heard mingled measure from fountain and the caves. It was a miracle of rare device, sunny pleasure dome with caves of eyes. Actually, this was such a place where the fountain was coming down from hills, and miracles of rare device were found there. And in this moment, the poet says that Kubla Khan was very much busy about this type of fanciful thought, but as they belong to royal class, so his first work is to prioritize his emperor or his state. So he heard that his ancestors were warning him about or against the war that was coming soon. However, then we find that a damsel with a dulcimer in a vision once I saw. It was an Abyssinian maid, and on her dulcimer she played, singing of Mount Abora. Could I revive within me her symphony and song? To such a deep delight to win me, that with music loud and long I would build that dome in air, that sunny dome, those caves of eyes. Here the poet wants to say that a damsel means a maiden with a dulcimer. Dulcimer is a musical instrument, and the maiden was floating a dulcimer, and the girl was a resident of Abyssinia, and he was playing the dulcimer and singing the song of Mount Abora, or she was singing she was praising Mount Abora by her song. And the poet says that it was heard by him, and her symphony and her song touched him very much, and he could carry it in his heart. Next, now all who heard should see them there, and all should cry, beware, beware. His flashing eyes, his floating hair, weave a circle around him thrice, and close your eyes with holy dread. For he on honey dew hath bathed, and drunk the milk of paradise. Actually, here the poet wants to say that she was very much wild about her singing, and the poet was watching her eyes and her floating air. In this way, he was very much engrossed with the song and the girl, and he thought that he was on honeydew hathbed. Actually, the poet took some anodyne. Anodyne means some medicine that can mitigate pain, or like opium. So he was in a drunk state, and the drunk state gave him a lot of pleasure, and with this pleasure he thought this type of idea, or he got this type of idea to write down the poem. Actually, here the poet wants to say that the pleasurely dome that Qibla Khan wanted to build up was like the beautiful dome, but here we find a beautiful description of that place. Okay, just read it very carefully and try to go through the text line by line, then you can get it very easily. Okay, thank you.